So, hello there, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Isaac Mills. So, some years ago, I was very terrible, like in terms of my academics, especially when it came to mathematics. I was a very terrible student because there was this notion that mathematics is actually a very tough subject. It's full of numbers and it's for sharks or people who are naturally gifted in terms of academics. That was back in, junior high school. When I was in primary, mathematics was not really a tough subject, but coming to junior high school became a very tough subject. So in my primary days, math wasn't anything scary. It was just the normal addition, subtraction, division. Yeah, nothing scary. It was just straightforward. However, when I came to GHS or the junior high school, that was when I realized how tough mathematics actually is. Not tough though, but it's actually a very challenging subject. That's what I'll say. It was a very challenging subject. So I remember in JHS 1, my first semester results. The mathematics wasn't encouraging at all. I think I had about 50%. Meanwhile, when I was in primary, my lowest mathematics would be about 75% to 80%, which was quite okay. But in JHS, my first exams that I wrote, like end of term exams, I had about 50%. I remember that very well. I had 50 something percent, if I can remember. And that would be a C or a 4 if you convert it to the Ghanaian standard. That would be a C or a 4. And it was a general problem in our class. So many people had less than 50%. So you can imagine if I had 50%, it means that I was quite good amongst them, but it still didn't make sense. My other mates, I wasn't the best student in class. I don't even think my JHS were actually doing positions, like were actually doing rankings when it came to our final exam. There wasn't any official ranking. Actually, there wasn't any official ranking. So you couldn't know who was the best in this subject or that subject, and you couldn't know the overall best student. So yes, that was that in junior high school. I was a very bad student. So form one, yes. First term I had 50%. Well, I felt bad, but I just took it like that. Others had less than that, so I felt like if my results were better than others, then it's okay. You understand? And I was young by then. 11, 12 years at that time. Others were getting 30%, 25%, and all that. But second term, I had 25%. Yes, I had 25% in my maths exams. Wrote two different exams. My GCSE, when you in my basic school, actually, when you're writing exams, you write two different exams. So you write internal examinations and external examinations. So external examinations are the ones that are set by, let's say, examining bodies, not the governmental examining bodies, but the private educational companies would set their own questions and examiners. So my school would usually go to them for them to set questions, and then they'll come and give to us, and then we would write. So we wrote both internal and external examinations in my school. Wrote external and internal examinations. So my internal examination that I wrote, I had 25%. When the results came out, I had 25%. That was that was bad. That was crazy. That time I felt actually bad. And worst of all, I think the teacher said he didn't really say I'm dumb directly, but The kind of words he actually used on me made it look like I was actually dumb. I mean, made it look like I was actually dumb. I knew nothing. I felt very bad. And I got to third term. I mean, so let me talk about the second term's exams, Form 1. So the internal examination had 25%, but the external examinations I had 60%. So I was kind of happy. But if you combined all the two together and you got the median value, that would be about, so 60% plus 25% to be 85%. So when you convert it to 100% or 100%, you're going to get 42.5%, which was still very bad. Fast forward, we moved on to third term. I mean, third term, I also did terrible. I can't remember the exact score I had. I was feeling bad, but I just took it like that. I'm like, math's not really my strong field. I mean, when it came to other subjects, I was doing fairly good. I mean, I could get an A or a B. Most of the other subjects, I was getting A's and B's, so I was quite okay. When it came to English, yes, I was getting that A or B. Science was average. I mean, but science for science, I always had 50% and above, 50, 60, 70%. So I was okay over there. However, with the mathematics was the main problem. I was always getting less than 50% sometimes. Science, I never had below 50%. So yeah, I never had a problem. Fast forward to Form 2. Uh, my math wasn't still good, but I was actually seeing signs of good performance. I mean, I was actually rising, you know, getting 50%. I don't think I went below 50% when I was in JHS2. Okay. I don't think I went below 50% in JHS2. So in my school, before you get to the Form 3 or your final year in basic school, you have to write an entrance exam and you pass. And by the grace of God, I wrote the entrance exams, I passed. When I got Form 3, that was when I started taking a very serious interest in mathematics. That was when I started liking mathematics because of the new style that was introduced to us by our mathematics teacher. You see, in Ghana, we do corporal punishment. Is it corporal capital? I don't really remember. But we cane. Yes, the teachers used to cane us. So when I got to Form 3, we had two math teachers, but in JHS1, JHS2, it was only one math teacher who was handling us. So when I got Form 3, we had two math teachers or two mathematics. In fact, three. We had three mathematics teachers at a particular point in time, where one math teacher would take the beginning of the math syllabus, another math teacher will take the middle syllabus, and another math teacher will take the latter part of the syllabus. So math was becoming an intensive subject. Like we're doing mathematics almost each and every day actually. So the main teacher who took us for mathematics actually changed my perspective when it came to mathematics. I mean, he used to cane us a lot, but there was this method I adapted from him, and that held me from my junior high school to my university. I mean, I'm in my final year doing Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. And I can tell you that his method or his approach to mathematics has actually changed my life. Why am I saying that? You see, I thought mathematics was a subject that you could just learn like the normal English language, the normal social studies, the normal religious and moral education and all that. That was my presumption of mathematics, or that was my assumption of mathematics. So we came and changed the narrative. So I remember after every topic in math, so let's say you do business mathematics, specifically, let's say profit and loss and all that. After every topic, there was this textbook called Aquila Mathematics or Aquila Core Mathematics. In junior high school, don't do elective mathematics, you do core mathematics. So back then, after every topic that he took us through, he would give us something called maths practicals. Okay, we have science practicals. He would equally give us something called maths practicals. And with the maths practicals, he made us buy a full scap notebook. I mean, a very thick notebook just for that and only that. And this was his strategy. After every topic, he would make you do the review exercises for every topic he teaches you. He would actually make you do the review exercises. So let's say he taught us maths on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So on Tuesdays, that's when he would give us the review exercise that go and do it. Even if it is 100 or 200, he doesn't care. All he wants to see is that you've done your review exercise. And funny enough, it's not about just doing the review the exercise actually. You would go and do the exercise, right? You can copy from your friend, he doesn't care. However you do it, he doesn't care. But you have to come when he comes to class the following Tuesday or whenever he comes to class. He would actually take us through the topic and then open the review exercises. So if he knows that you're actually a weak student in mathematics, or he could just point at random. Okay, so yes, I know that this topic you are struggling with. So yes, since you've done it, since everybody has done it, and then you have also done it, and I can see from your notes that you've done it. Come, and then he will check your solution. If he realizes that your solution is correct or your answer is correct, then he'll be like, okay, so come and demonstrate to the board or come and explain to the whole class how you went about uh, this question or this topic, how you went about it, and what led to your final answer, and why you think your answer is correct. That was the approach he started using. I'm not going to mention his name actually, but he really helped me a lot when it came to maths. I mean, his approach. So because of that, everyone was actually on high alert, especially me. I was actually on high alert. So I was always taking the maths very seriously. I was solving constantly after every topic because he made us do review exercises. I mean, review exercises, there were questions that were on easy mode, moderate mode, and then difficult mode. So some questions were difficult, some questions were easy, some questions were straightforward. So I would actually solve everything. And because of the continuous practice, when it came to mathematics, because of the continuous practice, I became actually good, or I drastically improved with the maths. And I was very shocked. You see, I drastically improved. I mean, after that, I remember whenever we had any maths exams, I mean, I was able to hit the 70s, which is a B. When you convert it, it's actually a B. So there was a very huge improvement when it came to my maths. And mind you that when you come, when he calls you to come and explain how you went about this topic or the approach you used and why you think it's correct. If you are not able to convince the class, it's going to whip you, or it's going to cane you, or it's going to lash you. Okay, it's going to cane you. In fact, if you're not able to convince the class that yes, or if your explanation is not making sense to him, he's going to cane you. So everybody was actually forced to, I mean, do this. So fast forward, I wrote my basic education certificate examination. Of course, I came out with a single aggregate. If I can remember, came out with, I think aggregate 7. Yes, aggregate 7. And I had a one in maths because of this same approach. And mind you that I wasn't coming from a popular junior high school. So from junior high school, I transcended. I went to Achimota School, which was my senior high school I attended before coming to the University of Professional Studies to read my Bachelor of Science in Information Technology Management. So from junior high school, I went to Achimota School. And mind you that my junior high school wasn't that popular. It wasn't a popular one. Like the likes of the Seven Grades, the Bishop Bowers, Alpha Beta, St. Martin's, the Porus. I mean, yeah, they were actually the youngsters and all that. Extremely popular schools. My school wasn't actually that popular. So I had the belief or the assumption that with these popular schools that are in Ghana, like the students would actually be able to grasp certain concepts, or they were obviously more smarter than we that we are coming from the normal private schools or the normal junior high schools. That was my belief. Okay, because I remember the time I was going for my prospectus. The time I was actually going for my prospectus from Achimota School, there was a notice board. Okay, and the notice board contained uh, all the students, all the name of the students who had gained admission to Achimota School, and then the aggregates they got. So On the notice board, they actually arranged according to grade. So if you had a grade 6, a grade 7, a grade 8, a grade 9, a grade whatever, they arranged according to grade. And then your name will be there, and the school you come from, it will be indicated there. And if I could remember, your raw score too would also be indicated there. So my raw score was actually 479 out of 600. Okay, that was my raw score, which was extremely good, or pretty good for the grade I had. So I went to check where my name was, or I just had to go and confirm whether I, I was supposed to be in Achimota school. So I went to check, and the list was a lot. I don't remember the number of students that time. So I went through the lists. I realized that those who were from the top schools, they were actually dominating their grade 6 list. And in the raw score, you could see that most of them were actually dominating. I mean, those who had a grade 6, a lot of them, you could see Alpha Beta, St. Martin's de Porres, the youngsters, 7th grade and all that. You could actually see them. And so I felt pressured. I felt pressured at that time. I felt like, Charlie, the kind of students that come to meet here, I would actually feel dumb in class. So that was the notion or the belief I had. That was the notion or belief I had. I actually felt like pressured and all that. So I was like, hey, I was just praying and hoping that I'll just come and then write all my necessary exams and then pass and then go to my university in peace and all that. That was the plan. So I started. So fast forward, we started school. We had 1 week of orientation and went to class. That was when I started noticing something that those from the big schools or those from the popular schools, majority of them were actually struggling with basic maths, and I was very surprised. I was actually very surprised because I was thinking of changing my approach to learning in mathematics, but the approach that I learned from junior high school, which was uh, imposed on us by my math teacher, was actually the perfect approach to learning mathematics or to studying mathematics, and it helped me a lot. So with that, I used that same approach, and I mean, my Form 1 or my SHS 1 results were not so perfect, but they were decent. They were decent. So I started climbing up from Form 1 to Form 3. I mean, my Form 1, my lowest in math was, I think, B. A B. Yes, I think a B. Started climbing up. So my lowest, A and B, that was what I made throughout senior high school. Yes. And fast forward, I wrote my WASI. I mean, I also came out on another single aggregate and get admission to the University of Professional Studies. Again, I had a grade 9 in my WASI. And I had A in my mathematics again. So both my BEC, my mathematics, I had an A. Fast forward, I came to University of Professional Studies to read information technology. And once again, I came to meet math. It wasn't directly called math, but I came to do certain courses. I mean, I did business statistics, which was mathematics related. So once again, that same approach helped me. And I also did quantitative methods, which was once again a mathematics related course. I mean, so the approach of you actually solving or practicing review exercises or questions over and over and over again is the perfect remedy to mathematics. There is no other remedy to maths. You don't read maths. The only thing that you can do in maths is maybe memorize formulas or keep formulas in your head. Aside that, if you want to be very good in mathematics, you actually you're actually supposed to at least do 20 review exercises for each and every topic that you study. You are supposed to do 20 review exercises. Okay, so in those 20 questions, at least five should be hard, five should be sorry, I mean, five should be easy, five should be moderate, but the rest of the 10 or 50% of those 20 review questions should be tough. So you should keep on practicing. It's just the practice that helps you to become very good when it comes to mathematics. It's only the practice. Okay, so when you study maths or when you are doing mathematics in junior high school, senior high school, that's the right approach. Okay, I didn't do mathematics, so I didn't do mathematics in the university, so I don't know the right approach in university. But when it comes to the basic school, like junior high school, senior high school, you just have to, I mean, practice and practice and practice. Practice is what would actually make you perfect. You don't read maths, you solve maths. You should actually, well, I mean, when I used that approach, I really fell in love with maths. Okay, I really fell in love with maths. And fast forward, sometimes you would realize that okay, you understand the topic or you like the topic. However, the topic doesn't make sense to you. So for you to easily understand or appreciate a particular topic, just go to the internet, do a research. Look at the importance of that topic in the real world. So, for example, profit and loss. The importance of profit and loss in the real world. You understand? Businesses actually run to make profit. So then there is a way they calculate their profit and there is a way they calculate their you get it. So yes, understanding the importance of that particular topic in mathematics or understanding the importance of that particular topic in the real world would actually help you to easily conquer your fears when it comes to mathematics. So yes, this is the little piece of advice for you. If you want to be very good at mathematics, just keep on practicing, practicing, and practicing. When you don't understand a particular topic, ask those who are close to you or those who are very good in the mathematics subject. Just ask them to assist you. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't show that it doesn't really damage your reputation when you ask for help, when you need the help, especially when it comes to your academics. Just put your pride aside. Ask those who are extremely good in that topic to assist you. And I'm sure that definitely they will gladly assist you. Because in SHS, I had people coming to me for assistance when it came to certain topics or certain subjects. And I gladly assisted them. I never pushed anyone away because I knew that if I assisted them in that topic or I taught them that topic when it came to mathematics, I mean, it's going to benefit me more because the more I teach you, the more I understand and then the more I appreciate it and the perfecter I become or the better I become in that particular topic. So yes, when you don't understand any topic or when you are solving so many questions and you don't understand, just approach people who have deeper understanding of that topic and they are going to explain to you. Most of them would be impatient to you, but calm down, try as much as possible to humble yourself. And I mean, you'll be okay, you'll be fine. So yeah, that was my approach. That approach my math teacher imposed on us in JSS. That was what changed. That was what changed me literally. And today I'm in my final year. I mean, God willing, my final semester. So yeah, I'm in my final semester in Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, and that has really helped me. And note that even the business statistics and quantitative methods that I did in University of Professional, I had straight A's for all those two courses because of that same approach. So yeah, always practice, practice. Practice doesn't really hurt you that much. It rather helps you to become better. Even anything math related, anything calculation related, the solution is just practice. Keep on practicing. If you don't understand, nowadays we have AI chatbots over there that can assist you when you are solving questions and all that. So yes, the key is practice and you'll be fine. That is the key. Practice and you'll be fine. So my name is Isaac Mills. If you found value in this video, I mean, can you subscribe to my channel? And I guess I'll see you another time. Bye.